Welcome to Milers Miles, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the Blaze S100. This is the frontline foam variant, okay? When you get this blaster, it comes partially assembled. Literally, all you have to do is you have to install the grip and the priming bars here and here, or the priming handles, whatever it is you want to call it. This is the orange variant. I did order the clear variant. However, at the time of this video, the clear variant is still not in stock. It's not supposed to be until like the middle of June, which is fine. It is what it is. But when the orange variants came in, since really color doesn't mean much to me anyway, I'll just hydrate this blaster or whatever. I messaged Eric's son and I asked him, could he switch me from a clear variant to an orange variant so I could get the review for you wonderful people. He was more than happy to do that. So this blaster cost almost $200, okay? This blaster, again, it comes from China. These are the same people that make the S200 Fire Rats, the Vipers, and the Warsaint, okay? Now, and of course you can buy extras and stuff like that from Frontline Foam. I have some of those extras here. I'll show them to you here in a second. But what you have here is you have a spring-powered, magazine-fed blaster. This magazine holds 8 shots total. No more, no less. Unfortunately, I know it says it should only hold 6, but I was able to squeeze 8 into it. 7 comfortably, 8 uncomfortably. Okay? So this blaster is $200. No exaggeration. This blaster, when you get it, it's in a nice box. Right? You pull it out. The blaster is actually all shrink wrapped. You unshrink wrap the blaster, and then there you go. Once you put it together, you're good to go. Now the extra parts you can get from Frontline Foam is that you can buy this. This is a Talon magazine adapter, okay? Yeah, this is version 1.4, it says on it. Now, I will warn you about this. This is a very thin adapter. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm actually scared to do this, but it flexes just a little bit. Okay, now I will say this. If you plan on using like a shorter magazine in the Talon adapter, like this one, or the black ones, don't do that. You'll break the adapter, or you'll flex it really bad. This, because the worker emblem on it here actually raises it up just a little bit on the outside, so it doesn't take it real long. However, it does take the 15 round perfectly. There you go. And it will take this. This blaster does not have a Van James ram, however. Some of the other parts you can get from Frontline Foam is that this is a modified plunger rod and head. This is all 3D printed. This is probably done at like 100% infill though. Maximum walls, 100% infill the way it should be done. I also was able to get the 1.8 millimeter spring. Now, if you look at this spring, this is a 1.8. My Harrier takes a 1.6 by 30 centimeter spring. I'm almost betting that this is about 30 centimeters. I haven't measured it yet. So, you know what I'm automatically thinking. I could very easily put one of these in my Harrier. See what it'll do. So maybe I'll order a second spring. But you get you can buy an extra plunger head, extra spring, the Talon adapter. These are spacers too, in case you want to dial your blaster up to a certain speed. As I said, out of the box, this blaster shoots at 170 FPS or so, which isn't bad. It's not a bad blaster. I really do like it. Orange really is not my color, but I'll get it painted or something just to get rid of it. You also have spring point attachments here. Here and down here, okay? This is a long boy though. A true long boy. The barrel stops right about here. Okay, this much is just for whatever. I have no idea why it's there, but it is what it is. It's not bad. I actually really do like this blaster. It feels really good in your hands. It also has an adjustable stock too. You turn the wheel and the stock will start to adjust. Just remember though, this blaster is very long to begin with. Now, my total setup was $240 with shipping. It's not bad at all. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a firing demo. I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I mean, I really do like this blaster. I'm going to use the 15-round Talon magazine. This magazine, like I said, it holds 7 shots comfortably, 8 shots uncomfortably. So I'm going to use just a normal 15-round Worker Talon mag in this, so that way you can see the adapter in action too. So let's see what we get here, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I really kind of do like this blaster. Now, this blaster does not have a Van James style ramrod, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Chamber forward. First shot was 160 FPS. I'm using Worker Generation 3 Plus darts, by the way. That shot was 170 FPS. Moving up there. 165 FPS. 160 FPS. 171 FPS. 172 FPS. This is the magazine release here too. Okay, it looks like I've got 2 shots left. I'm going to switch over to the other mag now for the last 2 shots. So that way you can see what this thing looks like with the regular mag. And now, they do have extra mags of this at Frontline. They have a very limited quantity because, again, when the ZWQ stuff came in, from what I was told by both ZWQ and Derek's sons at Frontline, that half of it came in at one point and the other half is coming in. And it should be here around June 20th, they said, give or take. You know, which is fine. I'm pretty happy with what I got right now. So, now I will say this. I do like this with this shorter mag in it. It definitely gives it more of that sniper feel. That was 172.5. And 173.5. And then to deep prime this blaster, just like a Caliburn or a Talon Claw or something like that. You know, this is a rather nice blaster though. I mean, for $200, it's definitely worth picking up. I would definitely pick this up for that price point. And if you can get some of the accessories, that's great. They do make all metal internals for this. And also, there is a new improved version of this coming out. It's like the version 2.5. It's supposed to have a lot of things that this version doesn't have. I haven't opened this one up yet, but I plan on doing it to install these guys. You know, to see if I can get this thing to do about 250. You know, which is between 250 and 300 is what I see this blaster performing at relatively comfortably with a smooth prime. But yeah, this is rather sweet. I really do like this thing. It does feel good in your hands. It definitely does need an optic though, that's for sure. I mean, just wow. It is very well built. I will say that.
It don't feel like it's gonna break in your hands.
Yeah, literally, this thing is well built. It's definitely worth the price point. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing about price point. I mean, for example, the Unicorn, that's an $80 blaster. In my opinion, that blaster is worth $80 to $100. This blaster is worth $200 as it sits. You know, but if you buy the upgraded parts, you know, it's a little bit more. But still, that's not bad either. You know, and like I said, the only thing that you got to do from the Frontline foam variant is install the handle. The handle's a little tricky to install. There's a metal piece that slides in, and then you got to slide the grip on, and then use one of their very long hex keys that they got to tighten it down. You know, which isn't terrible once you figure it out. You know, what I did was I just watched Tag's video on his assembly of the blaster, you know, because he got his in kit form. You know, so, I mean, I think this thing is really rather nice. Do I think it's a game changer?
No. It's not like another Milsig or something.
No, it's not like a Milsig or a Stormbreaker or something like that, you know. This is this is what it is, a nice 250 to 300 plus FPS blaster. You know, and you can get metal internals for these things as well. So, which is always great. That's probably what I'll end up doing is getting metal guts for this thing. At some point, metal guts are about $100. So by then you're talking about a $300 blaster, but a $300 blaster does about 300 plus to 400. I'm down for that any day of the week, especially with a silhouette like this. And I'll probably end up sending this blaster out to Mongoose Jake eventually and have him hydro dip it. You know, because I think this thing would look awesome with a nice hydro dip job on it. But I'll put a buy link in the description below for the blaster at Frontline Foam, and any of the parts that I got that were extra, I'll put them in a description below as well in the buy link. If I run out of room, then I'll just start pinning them in comments. Yeah, I've had to do that before because I've ran out of room when putting buy links up. Like I said, you can buy this blaster at Frontline Foam. You know, it's a really nice blaster, and I can't wait to see more of these guys in the field. Well, until next time, this is Milo's Mods signing off.